Okay, multiple Islanders have now come out in response to the slur being used against Landria. We'll start off with Nick, who was obviously very supportive of her, resharing the links that Alandria shared on her Instagram story. He also says he continues to be amazed and proud of the woman that Alandria is. A fan sent a message to Jeremiah on his Snapchat saying, "Send Alandria some love and support, I just know she needs it." And Jeremiah responded saying he texted her and Nick the second that he saw the video. Now, I was pleasantly surprised to see that Hannah also made a response. As we know, she's very close to Huda after the show, so like I wasn't expecting her or Amaya or Iris to really say anything right now. Honestly, I think everybody should be saying something because, like I said before, this is just wrong, and I don't understand why people are trying to defend this behavior. But anyway, let's get into Hannah's statement. She said, "I just want to take a moment to say that racism of any kind is completely unacceptable. No one should ever have to experience or hear hateful language directed at them ever. It's not something to be taken lightly or brushed off, and it's heartbreaking to see it happen to someone I care about. We all have a responsibility to call out racism when we see it and to create spaces that are safe, respectful, and inclusive for everyone," which I wholeheartedly agree with. And also, like I said before, I'm pleasantly surprised to see that Hannah has released a statement. If you're friends with somebody who does some shit like this, you should be holding them accountable privately, of course, but you should also be saying something when you have the platform. Every single one of them should be leading by example when this shit is happening. Like, I don't understand why some people are being silent about this. Is really weird. Speaking of weird energy, apparently JD posted this when somebody asked, "You don't got nothing to say about racism, but would be at the next party, huh?" And he responded, "Yup." Which, by the way, this is not on his story anymore on Snapchat. I cannot find it, but I've seen multiple people post it. So this is a weird man in general. Like, he was the same one going and doing meet and greets at Dolphin Mall with Yalissa's ass. Like, are we shocked? No. Lastly, we have Leah, who is showing support to Alandria by following her. But I'm not shocked because we all know Leah doesn't play about that shit, and obviously she supports Black women. Iris posted on her Instagram story, "I would like to take this moment to say I do not condone racism whatsoever. This is a topic that I don't take lightly and I want to address because it's harmful and hurtful. I have never and will never support hate of any kind. I hope we can all keep showing love and empathy towards one another." Amaya said, "It's important for me to address the video currently circulating on social media. I immediately reached out to all parties involved directly and privately, but most importantly, Alandria, who was unfairly targeted. My heart instantly dropped for my fellow sister. Let me be abundantly clear. I stand firmly against any form of racism and racial slurs. It should never be overlooked or taken lightly. It's not okay and will never be okay. Social media should never be a platform to spread hate. Gentle reminder, be kind to all." These statements, okay, girl. Also, lastly, Shelly did make a statement as well. I want to make sure I include this in here because I did not get to make a video. Seeing what happened with the former Love Island castmate and her partner laughing during a prank call that included a racist remark toward Alandra was disappointing to say the least. Racism isn't a prank, it's not entertainment, and is definitely not something to laugh at. As a Black woman, it's painful to watch moments like this play out so casually because it shows how normalized disrespect and ignorance can become when people choose silence or humor over accountability. Clock it, Shelly. Having been on the receiving end of hate and racial comments, I know how deeply that can cut and would never wish that pain on anyone. Any form of racism should always be checked right away. There's nothing awkward about racism. It's disgusting and disheartening, and I'll always speak on it. Exactly. Ain't shit awkward about it. It's fucking disgusting that anybody would laugh at that. Let's not make light of moments like these. There's a bigger message here. Use your voice and stand for what's right, no matter the time, place, or who's watching. As always, love and peace. Really appreciate the statement from Shelly as well. Like, I know there's been a lot of things within the fandoms with Shelly and Landria. Don't know if they're close anymore. It really doesn't matter. At the end of the day, they're both Black women who have experienced racism on this fucking show, and they both can relate to what is going on. So her speaking up and supporting Alandria, I think, is a great thing regardless.
Good morning, girls. It appears that Little Sister General, Miss Ella, has spoken up about the horrible things that happened the past 24 hours or so. I love that she linked all the organizations that we can donate to, but what sticks out to me the most is this last sentence. "Stop accepting apologies from people that are sorry they got caught," which is exactly what happened. That apology was nothing. The apology only came out because you got caught. Like, that's the only reason. And I love how she said that no one, especially someone so close to her family, should have to experience what Alandria experienced. We love Ella. Ella loves Alandria. We love to see it. We love to see the activism and all the philanthropists in both of the families. I love to see it.
Something about this story doesn't sit right. Too many people are pretending not to see it. Too many apologies that sound rehearsed. But one line, just one, tore the mask off everyone involved. Stop accepting apologies from people who are sorry they got caught. No hashtags, no damage control, just truth. And the moment Ella, Nick's sister, said it, everything shifted. Because behind that single sentence is a story nobody was supposed to tell, a live that went wrong, a reaction that exposed more than it hid, and a fandom now realizing maybe the wrong people got famous. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly why that one sentence broke the internet, and why the people it was aimed at wish it never existed. It began like any other live, casual, harmless, background noise for fans scrolling late at night. Huda and her boyfriend, Louis, were on camera, laughing, talking, doing what every influencer couple does when the comments are flowing and the gifts are rolling in. Nothing seemed out of place, until it was. The call came in. A random prank caller, the kind they usually ignore. But this time, they didn't. They turned down the music, put the phone on speaker, and that's when it happened. A voice on the other end said something no one was ready to hear, a name, Olandria's name, and then a word that froze the chat, the hard ER, the kind of word that shouldn't exist in anyone's mouth, let alone on a public stream. The call ended in seconds, but the silence after was louder than the word itself. Huda and Louis looked at each other, then they laughed. It wasn't nervous laughter, it wasn't shock. It was the kind of laugh that said, "We don't take this seriously." And in that moment, the internet saw everything it needed to see. Screens were recording, clips were saved. Within minutes, TikTok and Twitter were flooded with replays, reactions, and disbelief. Because this wasn't just another awkward moment on live. This was two people. Two public figures caught reacting in real time to something hateful and failing the test completely. When fans called them out, they said it was an awkward laugh, that they didn't know how to react. But the problem wasn't confusion, it was comfort. Comfort with the kind of word that should make you stop the stream, call it out, shut it down. But instead, they laughed, scrolled, and carried on like nothing happened. And the more people watched the clip, the worse it got. You could see the moment, that split second where they made a choice. The choice to pretend it wasn't a big deal, to make the word smaller than it was, to treat it like a moment instead of a message. That's when fans started asking, if this is how they react in public, what does that say about what happens off camera? The conversation shifted fast. It wasn't just about a slur anymore, it was about character.
Cast.
Sorry guys, he has a speech impediment.
Coast to coast. And you got bad breath.
No, I don't. That's
yeah, you do. Your ting stinks.
Fuck, I don't.
The reason I
This
got no
morning,
hair up
I
my
gave him
nose,
kiss.
the reason there's no hair up my nose is because she talks to me face on every day. It sizzles the hair in my nose. If it's that bad.
That's a fat ass lie.
It's not.
Yes, it is. I brush my teeth more than you do.
It doesn't work.
Okay.
I came in here. Oh, let me do my job. I came in here to ask y'all for something. If you needed something, or you needed something.
I'm okay.
I'm
sure?
alright. Thank you. No, I'm good.
All right,
Yeah,
just
yeah.
making sure. Now I'm gonna slide up out of it.
Probably some mouthwash.
Get yourself some mouthwash.
Maybe some more. Anyway, are we gonna do?
Shit. You guys don't gift us things.
Guys, gift us things.
No, no money.
Gift us things, guys. If you don't gift me a galaxy right now, I'm ending the live.
Oh my god, please stop me.
If you don't gift the galaxy right now,
David, don't do that.
nah, don't. I'm joking. Wait, what?
I'm in so much
Can we do it
pain.
on?
No, you don't want. He goes, should I go live now? I said, baby, why would you go live? Well, he's not finished with it yet, but he's still working on it. Why would you go live?
Obviously, I'm not gonna go live.
Oh, silly goose.
Can you stop shouting at me? Silly,
I'm not
silly
shouting at you.
duckling. Anyway, are we gonna do?
Oh shit. You guys don't gift us things.
Guys, gift us things.
No, spending our money.
Gift us things, guys. If you don't gift me a galaxy right now, I'm ending the live.
Oh my god, please stop,
If you
dude.
don't, if you don't gift the galaxy right now,
David, don't do that.
nah, don't. I'm joking. Wait, what am I?
I'm in so much
Can we do it
pain.
on stream or that?
That ain't got shit to do with me. Hey, that ain't got shit to do with me. That ain't got shit to do with me. Hey, that ain't got shit to do with me.
And who you become when the camera's rolling but your conscience isn't. And as the video spread, so did the outrage, because people weren't just disappointed, they were done. Done defending awkward laughs, done forgiving bad jokes, done pretending ignorance is innocence. This wasn't cancel culture, it was consequence. And for Huda and Louis, that clip would become the moment their entire image started to unravel, because the internet had already decided. They weren't sorry for what happened, they were only sorry they got caught. The internet didn't just react, and it detonated. Within minutes, the clip spread across every corner of social media. TikTok duets, Twitter threads, Reddit posts, everyone had an opinion, and no one was holding back. At first, people thought it had to be fake, a misunderstanding, maybe the clip was edited. But then the full video surfaced, uncut, unfiltered, and suddenly there was no defending it. The comment sections turned into battlegrounds. Half the fandom demanded accountability. The other half tried to downplay it, repeating the same line. It was just an awkward laugh. But awkward doesn't explain the smirk. It doesn't explain the silence afterward. And it definitely doesn't explain how both of them managed to move on like nothing happened. Clips of their reaction were slowed down, zoomed in, analyzed frame by frame. Fans caught every detail. The way Huda glanced at Louis first, the little grin before looking back at the camera, the split second where the energy shifted. People weren't just angry, they felt betrayed, because Huda wasn't some random reality star. She had built an image of being outspoken, real, the one who always stood for what's right. But this moment cracked that image completely, and once the illusion broke, everything she'd built online started to feel different. The old videos didn't hit the same. Her quotes about kindness suddenly sounded hollow. Even her silence became suspicious. Then came the defenses. The usual pattern. Friends of the couple telling fans to chill. Comments being deleted, DMs being ignored. You could see it, the quiet panic of people realizing this wasn't going away. Meanwhile, Olandria hadn't said a single word yet. She didn't need to. Every second that passed made her silence louder, and every new excuse made the people defending Huda look worse. Twitter was ruthless. Someone posted a side-by-side of Huda's reaction and her old anti-bullying speech from the reunion. Another user wrote, "The irony is screaming louder than she did on that live." And from there, the tone changed. This wasn't drama anymore. It was exposure. It was people realizing that behind the influencer smiles and the good vibes only captions, there was a pattern: selective empathy. Influencers speaking out only when it's convenient, only when it's safe, only when it doesn't cost them followers. And while all of that was unfolding, a few people tried to do damage control. A friend of Huda's posted that she was heartbroken over the backlash, that people were being too harsh. But that only made things worse, because fans weren't buying sadness anymore. They wanted accountability. Comments poured in, "Heartbroken isn't enough. Say her name. Apologize directly. Don't cry. Correct yourself." It wasn't just about what happened, it was about what didn't. No one stopped the call. No one called out the word. No one even seemed uncomfortable until the internet made them uncomfortable, and that's when it clicked for fans. This wasn't a mistake. It was a mirror, a reflection of how easily people can laugh at something painful when it doesn't affect them. The hashtag apologize to Olandria began trending. People started flooding the couple's comments with links to anti-racism organizations, tagging their sponsors, and demanding a real statement. It wasn't just fans now, it was the entire internet watching to see how they'd respond. And when they finally did, when the apology post went up, that's when things truly exploded. Because instead of healing the situation, it exposed just how fake the remorse really was. The caption was long, too long, full of words like unintentional, misunderstood, and learning moment. But nowhere did it say sorry to Olandria. That was the moment people stopped scrolling and started calling it what it was: performative damage control. And as the comments piled up calling them out, the fandom's energy shifted again, this time toward the people who stayed silent. Because if you're friends with someone caught laughing at a slur and you say nothing, you're part of the problem. And that's when things got really messy, because the silence was deafening. While the internet was tearing itself apart, Olandria stayed silent, at least for a moment. No subtweets, no rants, just stillness. And that silence made people nervous, because everyone knew that when she finally spoke, it wouldn't be random. When her story went up, it was nothing like the drama everyone expected. No shouting, no name-calling, just calm truth. She started by saying she doesn't condone racism and she doesn't laugh at it either. Then she added a line that hit like a direct shot. If you're truly against racism, show it. Don't say it. Prove it. Below the post were links to organizations fighting racial injustice. She said she'd be donating personally and encouraged others to do the same. No hashtags, no begging for sympathy, just action. That single gesture flipped the mood completely. People who came for drama found leadership instead. Fans started matching her donations, tagging screenshots, posting receipts. In a matter of hours, her response became the gold standard of how to handle hate, with grace, not chaos. Comment sections flooded with messages like, "This is how you educate without screaming." Even critics had to admit it. Olandria handled it like someone who's been here before. She didn't need to defend her name. The facts spoke for themselves. And yet, behind all that composure, there was pain. You could feel it in her wording. The exhaustion of having to explain why a slur isn't just a joke. The frustration of watching people tiptoe around the truth to protect reputations. Her Her tone said what her words didn't. I shouldn't have to keep teaching this lesson. That post didn't just silence the noise, it exposed who had genuine empathy and who only cared about optics. And as the dust settled, one thing was obvious: Landria wasn't the problem here. She was the mirror everyone else was avoiding. Nick had been quiet since the video surfaced, but when Olandria's post started gaining traction, he made his stance clear. He reposted her story with a single caption: "Always proud of the woman you are." No long paragraph, no hashtags, just support that spoke louder than every influencer's PR statement combined. Then came Ella. She didn't drop a Notes app apology or a long monologue. Just one sentence: clean, brutal, unforgettable. Stop accepting apologies from people who are sorry they got caught. That line exploded. It spread faster than the clip itself. Within an hour, it was everywhere. Memes, TikToks, screenshots, reaction videos, people were quoting it like scripture because it said everything the fandom had been trying to say for days. It cut through the noise of fake tears and brand-safe statements. It reminded everyone that being caught isn't the same as being sorry. And what made it even more powerful was who said it. Ella wasn't chasing clout. She wasn't part of the drama loop. She was family, someone who didn't need followers to validate her voice. That authenticity hit differently. Fans rallied behind her immediately. Ella said what we all felt. Finally, someone's being real. Her post became the unofficial headline of the entire scandal. For Huda and Louis, that sentence was a nightmare. Every time someone tried to move past the incident, Ella's quote would resurface. Proof that forgiveness doesn't erase accountability. From that point on, it wasn't about who could spin the story best. It was about who could live with what had been revealed. Once Ella's post went viral, the dominoes started to fall. Former Islanders realized silence wasn't safe anymore. Hannah posted first. Her message was polished but genuine, calling racism unacceptable and saying everyone deserved respect. Fans appreciated it. At least she said something. Then Iris, Amaya, and Shelley followed. Their tone was similar, thoughtful, measured. We stand against hate. But underneath those polished lines, fans could sense the PR filter. Some meant it, others were just protecting their image. And then there was JD. When asked why he hadn't spoken up, he simply replied, "Yep, that single word became a meme overnight, a symbol of everything wrong with performative allyship." Leah's move was quieter but powerful. She followed Olandria publicly. No caption, no comment, just a click that told everyone exactly where she stood. Meanwhile, fans were tracking every castmate's activity. Who reposted the statement? Who stayed silent? Who liked whose comment? Every digital breadcrumb became evidence. The fandom had turned into investigators, dissecting loyalty in real time. Shelley's statement, however, hit differently. She spoke from experience, saying racism isn't a prank, it's pain. And when she said, "There's nothing awkward about racism," the internet applauded. She didn't sugarcoat it. She didn't center herself. She spoke truth. By the end of the week, the cast's responses painted a clear picture. Some understood the gravity of the moment. Others were just performing damage control, and fans noticed. As statements poured in, one thing became impossible to ignore: the people who said nothing. Their silence was its own kind of confession. These were the same voices who once preached "speak up" during every trending cause. Yet now they vanished. No posts, no comments, just the sound of scrolling. Fans started calling them out by name. Where's your energy now? Funny how everyone's quiet when it's one of their friends. Influencers learned the hard way that silence isn't neutral, it's a side. And once followers start believing you picked the wrong one, your credibility is gone. In the Love Island world, image is currency. Silence, in that moment, was bankruptcy. Then came the gaslighting. Suddenly, comments started popping up saying Olandria was being dramatic, that she was milking it. But let's look at facts. She didn't cry on live, she didn't rant, she asked for donations, she kept it respectful. If that's dramatic, then the bar for accountability has sunk to the floor. The people calling her dramatic weren't defending logic. They were defending comfort. Because if they admitted she was right, they'd have to admit that the people they idolized were wrong. That's the twisted psychology of fandoms. Protect the familiar, even when it's toxic. It's easier to call a woman overreacting than to confront the ugliness of what really happened. But Ella's line shattered that illusion. After she spoke, you couldn't hide behind awkward laughter anymore. The context was crystal clear. And the people who kept insisting Olandria took it too far, they weren't debating morality. They were just refusing to face it. Every scandal has a peak, the moment it stops being gossip and becomes a statement. Ella created that moment. Her one sentence turned a messy live stream into a cultural checkpoint. People began asking deeper questions. Why do influencers always get a second chance? Why are apologies accepted before change even starts? For days, that line dominated every discussion. Podcasts quoted it, reaction videos used it as the thumbnail. Even people outside the Love Island fandom started using it to call out hypocrisy in other communities. It became more than a quote. It became accountability in 8 words. And while Huda's team scrambled to clean up the mess, Ella didn't post again. She didn't need to. She'd already said everything. That restraint gave her credibility. She didn't chase views. She dropped truth and disappeared. That's power you can't fake. In the weeks that followed, the noise died down, but the scars didn't. Huda lost sponsorships quietly. Louis' follower count froze, and every time they tried to post something new, the comments dragged the past right back up. Meanwhile, Olandria's platform grew, slowly, steadily, authentically, not from pity, but from respect. She became a symbol of grace under fire, and Ella, she became the voice of truth. That quote followed her everywhere, not as drama, but as a reminder that people are done confusing exposure with accountability. For Love Island fans, this wasn't just another messy chapter, it was a shift. The mask of reality TV influencer perfection cracked, and underneath, people saw something raw, uncomfortable, real. So, what started as a live stream joke ended as a lesson no one could ignore. A slur, a laugh, a reckoning. In a world obsessed with optics, Ella's words cut deeper than any edit or apology ever could. Because when she said, "Stop accepting apologies from people who are sorry they got caught," she didn't just call out 2 people. She called out an entire culture built on pretending. And that's why this moment will be remembered. Not as a scandal, but as the day someone finally said what everyone else was too scared to admit. Because in the end, accountability isn't trending, it's timeless. And once you've seen the truth, there's no one seeing it.